For 30 years, 9-ball players from around the globe have made their way to the beautiful city of Chesapeake, Virginia, all with the dream of becoming U.S. Open 9-ball champions. The list of former champions reads like a who's who of professional pool. Who will it be this year? Brought to you by Chalk Off, the official table cleaner of professional pool. The Spider, using laser technology to improve your game. You're watching the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship on Billiard Club Network.
Welcome, folks. And no, you haven't won the lottery. You've just tuned in to what promises to be one of the best showdowns you're ever going to see anywhere in the world. Former world number one Francisco Bustamante up against former world champion Earl Strickland. It's a race to 11. Has to be considered a semifinal match. It's in the loser's bracket. The winner of this will face the loser for the hot seat, the Alex Pagulai and Jose Perica. Jim Weich alongside Billy and Cardona. And Billy, boy, I was pumped to watch this one. This has me right on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I agree, Jim. Little separate these two players. You know, they're playing extremely well right now. You know, they're great offensive players, very explosive. But there's one glaring thing to me that separates the two of these players right now. It's the break. Bustamante, it's cut breaking. He's trying to pocket the one on the side and play position at the same time. Whereas Strickland's hitting the head ball firmly, and he's really not going to get the type of action he wants to get. Understanding this, I kind of like Bustamante in this match because he's going to be more productive off the break, and that is the single most important shot in the game.
Well, both players were up late last night, torturing their opposition. Strickland, an 11-2 winner over Tang Ho late into the wee hours of the morning, and Francisco Bustamante disposed of Charlie Williams also in the wee hours of the morning. And the push-out exercise here. Now he's left the long one, but it's dead straight, and the cue ball's tight on the cushion. This is a challenging shot very early.
It wasn't a bad choice for Bustamante to do what he did. He probably thought even if he is able to pocket the one, he's going to have to play another difficult shot to pocket the two. Therefore, he's going to have to make two difficult shots in order to get out this rack. I don't know what Strickland did there. If I were he, I would have passed the shot if I was going to do something like that. Now Bustamante has a very easy safety. He'll probably just reposition the cue ball down here somewhere. He's got a wall of balls there to get behind. So Strickland, from the offset, looks like, you know, his judgment may be a little questionable here.
Very close as to whether Earl can see this. I was looking at the storyline coming into this day 7, and it's 3 Pinoys and a pearl. 3 Filipinos, Perica, Pagulayan, and Bustamante, and the lone American, Earl Strickland. In my opinion, Billy, and we were talking about this prior to the match, the man at the table, Francisco Bustamante, one of the greatest players to wield a cue to never have won a World Championship or a U.S. Open.
That is true, and it's surprising to me as well. Now, what he's going to try to do, I think he's going to try to cut the one ball over here, setting the cue ball 2 cushions possibly. No, he went the other way, setting the 2 cushions down on this side of the table, underneath the 3, 2, 3, and the 6.
Easy kick shot, though, from that left-hand side cushion. This won't pose any problems. Again, Earl will be looking to kick this with some control.
He would like to separate the one from the cue ball, creating distance, and I think he's done that. And also, looks like he's got it behind the 6. But it was a nicely executed shot because he was able to control the cue ball and create distance between the 2 balls.
Yeah, both players just kind of feeling it out right now. No shot has presented itself from which either can attack. Oh, what a great shot again from Busti.
Excellent shot.
This one's a little tougher to negotiate to escape from. And even Earl acknowledges that. Knocked Efren Reyes out of the tournament in yesterday's action. And his rating, his AccuStat rating, 970 in disposing of the great Reyes.
You know, a lot of good things can happen for Earl if he kicks this way. If he hits this part of the ball, the cue ball will then go over here. One ball will go up table. If he happens to hit this part of the ball, one goes over here, cue ball goes up table. So therefore, with either side of the one ball that he hits, he's got a good chance of walking away in pretty good ease and shape.
He's going at the one cushion escape.
Well, I don't like this shot. But who am I? Great hit. And with real good results.
As yet, it's all about defense, and Francisco is going to bring this ball down towards the right-hand side. He's got 3 colors to hide behind.
And that's excellent speed, it appears.
It's getting tougher and tougher for Earl. The noose is tightening in this opening rack. Now, did he change cues? Is he going to jump at this? Looked like he grabbed his break cue there, Billy.
Well, if he did that, then his intentions are to jump over a full ball with the regulation cue. This isn't going to be easy, Jim. But he prides himself as being the best player, the best jump player in the country or in the world.
Well, this could be a 1-9 combination. Possibility of a 1-9 combination here. Francisco will have a look at it. Everything's in the open.
Yeah, it's kind of close. He's going to have to have a decision here. Should he play the combination or should he run the balls? As you mentioned, everything is in the open, so therefore this isn't really.
Well, he's got the 8. Gives him a larger pocket too.
Exactly. So therefore, he will hit the thin side of the 9 here, realizing, like Jim said, he has the 8 to aid him in pocketing this ball, which
he used, and it's Bustamante that takes the first one, and Strickland applauds. It was a great defensive battle there, and the Filipino star won it. 1-0 Bustamante over Strickland.
Get the chalk off with the new and improved pool table cleaner. Just spray it out over the table and wipe it clean with the handy microfiber wiper, and your pool table is cleaner than new. Get the chalk off with this professional pool table cleaner. You get free shipping when you call us toll-free 866-774-8770 or visit us online at pooltablecleaner.com. Get the chalk off today.
Now we'll have an opportunity to watch Bustamante's break. He's not going to break with the explosiveness that he has with power. He's going to cut. He's going to break with a cut break, crossing the 1, trying to pocket the 1 in the side pocket, and he's really not going to hit him with a real hard stroke or a hard speed. He's been getting pretty good production off of the break using this type of a break.
Yes, he's just got to ensure that that cue ball doesn't get kicked. You still need to be a bit lucky with this break. Cuts it and takes the cue ball into the side cushion.
So he's getting better action on his break, and he's going to be very difficult to beat because of that reason.
Earl's taking notes, though. Second rack. Very successful break from Francisco. Couldn't be better on the 1. Just got to kill the cue ball and hold for the 3. Made 2 balls on that break. And it looks like the 5 next to the 9 in the middle of the table may even offer a combination.
It's possible that the combination may be on. He can pocket the 5 in the lower right-hand corner if the combination isn't on. So therefore, he has a choice here.
Yeah, he can get to wherever he needs to off this 4. So if the combination is on, he'll just lay the cue ball on the right-hand side. And that's exactly what he's doing. So this must be dead in.
It looks like it favors the short end of the table, the short rail. He's on the right side of the combination, hit it nicely to throw it into the pocket, which he's done.
And the 9 deposited once again. Bustamante using combinations to do the work here in Chesapeake. 2-0 over Earl Strickland.
Strickland is falling behind 2-0 already, and really can't afford to fall much further behind.
Francisco lining up rack number 3. And nothing down this time.
No, and Earl does have a shot on the 1. There's a thin cut in the upper right-hand corner. The 2-ball position on the left-hand long rail near the side pocket. It's going to be hard for him to come up with a shot on the 2, considering the position of the 2. He has hit this shot perfectly, Jim. If he does that, he'll come up with a shot on the 2. Notice how softly he rolled it. And you know what? That's certainly an indication to me that he's quite comfortable out there. Even falling behind 2-0 didn't seem to, to give him a problem at all. It didn't bother him at all, his concentration. He's playing well.
Well, he's kind of smirking. That one struggled its way home. But Earl is playing as well as I've seen him play in a long time. When he won that 2002 world title in Cardiff against the man he opposes right here, when he was done, Billy, he jumped up on the middle of the table. Well, I said to him prior to starting here, I said, if you beat Boosty in this one, Earl, please don't jump in the middle of the table. There's more matches to be played.
Yeah, he's really looking smooth, Jim. He was looking very smooth last night in his match. In his match against Tang Ho.
Earl's made this look very easy, and it really wasn't that wasn't even close to being as easy as he's made it look. Just some terrific shot making. But boy, if you could pick one player out of this field to get up and knock in some difficult shots, I think my choice may be the man at the table. 9 down, and Strickland takes his first rack. 2-1 in favor of Bustamante, but it'll be Strickland with the break in rack 4. So he's got a baseball glove on one hand, a cue glove on the other.
And a tennis wrap around his cue.
And a tennis wrap. He's a sportsman, an all-around sportsman, the Pearl.
He's got a nice little kiss off the 8 for the 2-ball. Perfectly positioned on for the 1.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that one. Just flicked in, and he's perfect on the 2. The only problem ball is the pink 4 right now.
That's right, and here it is right here, the 4 and the 8. He's going to have to do something with the 4 and the 8 if he expects to run out this rack. You know what he possibly could do? He could draw back here, cut the 3 in, go 1, 2, 3 cushions, and hit the 4-8. Let's see what he wants to see what he does here. Or play position for the 4 on the side, which is even better. But the problem with that shot is the position of the 5. He's ended up on an angle where I don't think he can really control the cue ball to play position for the orange 5, which is across table. This is going to be very difficult, Jim. Notice how he had to draw back and go across table, striking it about as well as one could be the ball could have been struck.
2 of the best pure shot makers the game has ever known.
Another nicely struck ball. Now he's got to be careful here.
Earl Strickland, be careful. You're kidding, aren't you, Billy?
Well, he's playing really, really nicely out there. He's really playing beautifully, I should say. He's very confident.
And this match is motoring along, just what you would have expected from these two. Both of them get on with it. And the 9 to get to 2-2. So Strickland has erased the deficit, and he'll have the break in rack 5. Just like that, it's heating up to be an epic battle between these two.
Where can you find videos of the best players in the world, in their entirety and without commercials? AccuStats.com. How about 8-ball, 9-ball, straight pool, 1 pocket, and 3 cushion billiards? AccuStats.com. Only one place has it all. Check out our complete catalog on the net, 24 hours a day. Where do you ask? AccuStats.com.
even though Earl's body language doesn't seem to show. There's Janet Schimmel. He'll have a quick word with her. She's the head of Q-Tech, JS Sales. She calms Earl down. She was sitting in the chair just over his left shoulder the other day when he produced the goods against Efren Reyes. And this coming to you from the Q-Tech Q Arena here at the Conference Center in Chesapeake. Rack 5, 2-2 the score line.
He's still breaking them hard, hitting the head ball, and notice he's not being productive off the break, Jim.
No, there's no real flow. Our first match that we did, Billy, Mika Immonen knocked in 5 or 6 racks in a row, and you know something, we haven't seen anything even close to that since. This table is not broken easily. Beautiful diamond billiard product table. Cocobolo. Just an absolutely gorgeous looking table and a terrific opening combination from Bustamante.
And that it was. 2-ball position at the other end of the table. He's got a nice angle on the 1 to drop nicely for the 2. 4-ball position near the right-hand side pocket, 5-cross table. It looks like he's going to need to get from the 4 to the 5. If there's a problem out there, which I don't really think there is, but if there is a small problem out there, it's getting good on the 4 to drop for the 5. So that's the only work I can see in this rack, really. And where is he? Well, you know, he may have positioned the cue ball a little too far down table. Now he may have to do something a little differently here.
No, it looks like just come back to the middle of the table. 4 to the 5 shouldn't pose any problems here.
Yes, he was. He was in good shape.
Yeah, he didn't cue that one very well.
No, he didn't get it back. He really didn't get it back to where he wanted to go.
That's usually the sign, Billy, of a guy that's got a little bit of tightness in his back arm.
Right. He's not playing, in my opinion, as well as Strickland, but he's playing well.
No, he's bumped the 7.
Creating a little bit of a problem, repositioning the 7 in a very difficult part of the table. But he's close to the 6, and he should be close to the 7 when this is over.
Yeah, characteristic of Bustamante behind the back. He's the best at it.
And considering the position of the 8, certainly makes the 7 a much easier shot.
You want to draw back just slightly, though. Leave himself an angle to take the cue ball up for the 9.
Nicely struck.
Both players looking very confident the early going.
Bustamante seems to be playing well, but not as well as Strickland, but not much difference, but he's breaking better.
A little bit better for Bustamante, and that's the reason he enjoys the 3-2 lead over the Pearl. And Strickland looking very stern as Carmine Sardo applies that M3000 Sardo tight rack, giving these players a perfect rack every single time. And Francisco looking for a ball down in rack 6. He's got the break. 3-2 in front.
The 1 almost went in the side that time, but it didn't go. Strickland will step to the table with a shot on the 1, Jim. Looks like he's got a pretty straight shot on the 1. He'll be able to follow it possibly around the 6, or he has an option here. He can follow it or he can force it around the 2. Or come straight back. Now the 2 to the 3 is the problem in this rack.
So far the break hasn't been kind to either player. I saw a match yesterday. Ralph Souquet was playing a young Canadian, PJ Massacote, and believe it or not, Billy, he refused the break. He won the rack and let the other guy break.
Well, that's unusual. I don't know if Strickland can pocket the 3. He's repositioned the cue ball real close to the 5. And from my vantage point, and from his body language, it appears that now he's got a little bit of a problem out there. He's playing safe. He doesn't want much movement from the 3. Well, that was really
too thin.
Really a mistake.
The first unforced error, and it comes from Earl Strickland. He's not happy about it. The way that he played yesterday, 7 matches he won. And none bigger than the one over Efren Reyes to knock Reyes out of the tournament.
And how many matches did Bustamante play and win?
He's played 5 in a row and won 5 in a row after losing to Pagulayan. Strickland lost to Ralph Souquet.
So Strickland has played a few more matches than Bustamante.
Yeah, a couple rounds earlier, Strickland went to the loser's bracket. But both of these players on a roll.
It's pretty difficult to come from the B side, the loser side, and win tournaments. Really.
Well, Earl said, Billy, that he's never won this event. And he's had 5 U.S. Open crowns, unprecedented. But he's never won this event from the loser's bracket. So he's looking to accomplish something that he's never done.
Well, he doesn't stand alone there. Not too many people have won from the loser side. You know, there's a lot to be said about the player that's played less matches. He has a lot more energy. His judgment is better. He's not nearly as tired.
And this 9 to get back to 4-2 and reestablish that 2-rack advantage. Boosty back 2 in front, 4-2 over the great Earl Strickland.
Are you looking for the ultimate one-stop shop for pool and billiard supplies? Then you need to visit billiardclub.net today for everything and anything you need for your home entertainment center. Our huge online store features pool cues, balls, racks, cue cases, pool table lights, training aids, and every accessory you could possibly imagine. We've got the best prices and the highest quality products you'll find anywhere. Log on today to billiardclub.net or call toll-free 866-774-8770. billiardclub.net.
Francisco will be feeling a lot better about things now. At 2-2, Strickland looked like he was seizing the momentum away from Francisco, but the corner pocket has been haunting Earl Strickland in the early going in this one. And again, for me, the storyline, how Strickland's going to respond to how he lost those 2 racks.
Well, like I mentioned, I think he'll respond positively with when he comes back to the table. But the problem he has is no production on the break.
Francisco ready to break now. Rack number 8, 5-2, the lead he enjoys. He needs that 2 to sit over the corner pocket, and it's not done a bad job for him. 3 balls off the break there, Bill. That's the most successful break we've seen. I wonder if he's going to gauge that one and stick that one in his memory banks, where he broke from and the speed with which he broke.
It's such a glaring difference, Jim, and that's why I seem redundant when I keep bringing it up. You know, Strickland and Bustamante, not much to separate the 2 players in terms of efficiency, how they run out. But the break, the big shot, certainly goes to Bustamante.
Earl said that he didn't like the way Bustamante was breaking. He said he was soft breaking. He had watched a few of his matches earlier. It'll be interesting to find out.
Well, he feels that if you don't break him hard, you don't break him like a man.
Well, he was talking about golf, wasn't he, and tennis. He said you don't see any soft serves in tennis. You don't see any short drives in golf.
Well, the way I look at it is obviously the same way Bustamante looks at it. Bottom line, break him however you want, but if you're productive, go to that style, go to that break, and that's what Bustamante's done.
Well, the unforced error, the first one of the match from Francisco. He was batting 1,000, but not anymore, and that could be a very punishable miss from Francisco Bustamante.
Earl's quite fortunate to end up with a shot here because he really mishit that ball. He didn't take his time and hit the part of the ball that he needed to hit to send the back down table for the 7. He was fortunate to end up where he did.
I think it's also noticeable, a very partisan crowd. They want to see a little bit more of Earl Strickland. He won them over with a couple electrifying wins. And he's looking at this 9 to get back to 5-3. And he stems the tide. Bustamante won 3 in a row, and now it'll be down to the Pearl to try and reply. 5-3 here from Chesapeake. You can see no more 1,000 for Bustamante. That one miss knocks him down. Strickland's got to try and close the gap there too. That's usually a pretty good indicator of what the score line is sat at. Earl Strickland all set. Rack 9 of a possible 21. And the cue ball.
But did you notice he changed his style of breaking? So therefore, what he said he would never do, he did.
Well, and that's a showstopper every single time. You give cue ball in hand at this level, and you're going to be finding a comfortable chair.
Well, I hope he's not discouraged because he scratched on that break. He's breaking him the right way now. Just because you scratch, you learn from that. You're making a slight adjustment, and next time you have an opportunity to break, you go back to the same break, a little more control with the cue ball.
So you're dead right, Billy. The only problem, though, is you don't want to be facing a larger deficit than you're already looking at.
But that's a problem we have no control over. Right? That's like water over the dam. We have to look what's in front of us.
And there's no obstacles for Bustamante here.
Not in this rack.
Mind you, there were none in the last rack either, and he missed that 4.
Very unexpected as well for him to miss the shot on the 4 that he missed. But a very resilient player.
As all top players have to be.
That's for sure. Particularly when you get to this level of the U.S. Open.
He's a little straighter than he wanted, and he's brought that cue ball tight to that side cushion, so his positional options.
And he's elevating, which is an indication that he is a lot more straight than he wanted to be. But handled it quite nicely.
For me, the secret of success is accepting what the table offers, playing within yourself, not trying to make more than what is presented.
Patience, patience, patience.
Well, you have to have a good understanding of your ability.
That always helps. Nicely struck ball. Repositioning the cue ball ideally for the 6. These 3 balls should play rather routinely.
And these two no strangers to major finals. As we've said, they met in the 2002 World Championships, 17-15. 2002, that was when Earl Strickland lifted the hardware.
A little bit soft. A little too soft. Now he's found himself on the cushion. This is missable.
Yeah, that was a horrible shot from Bustamante, and he'll be the first to tell you.
He landed on the unprofessional side of the shot. If you can take a look at the shot before he shoots and say, which side should I land on, one side or the other, this is the side he shouldn't have landed on. He had much more margin for error going a little bit too far than he did going not far enough.
And now it's either 6-3 or 5-4. Everything on this 9. Oh, great effort. Good shot from Francisco. He would have, that one would have been like a dagger through his heart if he missed that. 6-3 confirmed here from the Q-Tech Q Arena. Bustamante leading Earl Strickland.
Q-Tech state-of-the-art power-bonded cues have won more WPA-sanctioned world championships than any other brand of cue. Discover why world champion superstars like Allison Fisher and Earl Strickland play exclusively with Q-Tech cues. Only Q-Tech power bonds fiberglass and graphite to a solid hardwood core to decrease deflection, add power, and prevent warping. And Q-Tech offers you patented improvements like 20-inch Pro Taper SST shafts and True Glide finish. Improve your game with 21st century technology at prices you can afford. Q-Tech, imitated but never duplicated.
Here we have a very difficult shot. The reason it's a difficult shot is because of the positioning of the 3 to the 4. We have to figure out a way to get from here to there. Now, since there's not a natural angle for the ball to travel or a natural path, we have to create our own. And the way we'll do that is we use a high center cue ball, shooting the 3 straight in the corner, striking this rail with a high center ball. The cue ball come out, go down table, hit the end rail, and back out into this area for position on the 4. Now this is a high center cue ball. Notice here that the cue ball takes high English after it leaves the rail, coming down to the end rail and back out for the 4. Here again we have a very tough shot. The reason that this shot is so tough is because of the positioning of the 4 and 5. All natural lines or angles or routes to the 5 are blocked. So what we have to do here is we have to create our own angle. What we have to do is get from here to here. Now the way we'll do this is we'll elevate our cue to about 45 degrees, striking down on the cue ball at about 11 o'clock. And what this will actually do is the cue ball, when it makes contact with a 4, we'll pocket the 4 there. As soon as it makes contact, it'll give it a little bit of a hooking motion. It'll actually curve, striking the rail here and coming in actually lower than what it is right now for position on the 5. You do this at about 45 degrees with 11 o'clock cue ball. Notice that the cue ball starts making its bend as soon as it touches the table, bending back down around the 6 and 7 for position on the 5.
So Francisco to break in rack 10. Halfway to the finish line, 6-3 the lead. And he'd like to park Earl Strickland in his chair for a few more racks.
There's that 1 on the side I was talking about. If he starts pocketing the 1 on the side, you know, it's going to spell big-time troubles for Strickland. He wasn't able to come up with a shot on the 2, though.
No, and this is going to be a push. The 3 right beside the 9 doesn't look as though it passes into any pocket.
But the 3-9 billiard may be available. If the 3-9 billiard is available, he has to be very, very careful with the push. He cannot push straight in on the 2 then. And this is what I'm referring to. If the 3-9 billiard is available, you can't push down here. See, now if he pockets the 2, he's going to have a hard time coming up with a billiard on the 3-9.
Also what Francisco did pushing there, and Earl never even got out of his chair, as he tried to lay that 7 just up against the point on the side pocket to make it as awkward. I mean, that's what these players ideally will do when they push, Billy, is they'll try and take it away where it can't be won in one visit, or if it is won with one visit, it has to be some kind of shot making.
Absolutely. Anytime you have to push, you're at a disadvantage. So considering that, what you really want to do, like Jim said, is you want to make the rack complicated for the incoming player.
Look at this. He just fluked the 2. And he had no shot on the 3. He just about got the 7. But you know what? I'm seeing signs from Strickland. He's thrown his cue at the ball. He just got down and kicked at that 2 ball. He never even looked at it. This is exactly what he did against Ralph Souquet.
Well, right now he's probably more delicate now than he has been for the entire match. You know, he's looking to unravel, I believe. Nicely executed shot, but not good enough. Positioning the cue ball behind the 9, not allowing Strickland a shot on the 3.
So once again, Earl's going to have to kick at this unless he wants to jump over that 9, his choice. And it's airborne.
He has to be careful here that he doesn't jump the table. He almost pocketed the ball, hit it extremely well.
He's not left anything easy for Bustamante. Half a chance at this 3.
I kind of like Bustamante pocketing this ball. He's close enough to the 3 ball, you know, to really feel the shot. You know, pool players have a good feel for balls when they're positioned this close. I mean, but not too close.
Yeah, this is tough though, Billy. I mean, he's looking away from the intended pocket, top right corner. Looks to be the only pocket available for the 3. It offers position to the 5, so
he may even make the 9. He's going to play both the 3 and the 9 here. Well, but he was able to pocket the 3. Notice how cleanly he struck that ball, indicating that he saw it, you know, very clearly.
Nice angle to get the cue ball back towards the 6.
This looks like Bustamante's game, as 6 of the first 9 have been.
Well, Earl's got to stick to his guns. He can't throw in the towel in this. He's got all the weapons in his arsenal to be able to fight back. We've seen it many times from him, but he's got to maintain a positive outlook, and that's always the danger with Strickland. You never know what you get. And this 9 to get him 4 racks clear. And the simplest of 9s deposited, 7-3. Francisco Bustamante in the driver's seat here, and Strickland applauding that effort. 7-3, the lead he enjoys. Nothing down. And a chance for Earl. And you can hear the crowd. They're telling you who they're supporting.
Well, the problem right away is the position of the 2. I don't believe the 2 passes the 8 in the upper right-hand corner. He's taking a look at it now. If it doesn't pass the 8 into the upper right-hand corner, that makes the shot in the 1 play much more difficult, Jim.
Oh. I thought the 1 was going to drop. Obviously, the 2 passes the way that Earl played it, but you know something? I wonder if the white towel hasn't come out.
Well, you know, he really didn't hit that shot as cleanly as he should have, or as accurately as he should have, not even coming close to the pocket. You know, something that indicates that he wasn't really accurate for some reason.
Well, Francisco's having a look to see if that 2 passes. He should be able to just pinch this pocket a little bit. He could stop it there and play the 2 to the other corner. Well, that was dangerous the way he played that, Billy. Wow, just slithered past that 3. But I said the white towel for Strickland, that's what the players use as the white flag, isn't it?
You know, the way he played the position for the 2 tells me that he's very confident in his ability to hit the balls. But that time, obviously, he wasn't.
There's still a problem ball here, though. That 7 next to the 9. Well, unless it passes into the corner, and then it's no problems whatsoever. But good positional shot from Earl there. He's got to punish Francisco for that miss. If that goes unpunished, I don't think Strickland has a chance of winning this match.
Recreational pastime.
Perfect angle on the 5 to come up for the 6. Same pocket. But he's underhit that slightly. This isn't going to be easy.
Well, he's getting lazy out there, Jim, and that doesn't bode well for him. See, he had to go into the 7-9. Whereas if he would have had a better angle on the 6, he could have played position for the 7.
But he makes the awkward look so easy. When he's in full flow, there are none better. And the 9 to get back to 7-4 for Earl. He's got the break in rack 12. The crowd trying to urge him on. 7-4 confirmed here from the Q-Tech Q Arena.
Get the chalk off with the new and improved pool table cleaner. Just spray it out over the table and wipe it clean with the handy microfiber wiper, and your pool table is cleaner than new. Get the chalk off with this professional pool table cleaner. You get free shipping when you call us toll-free 866-774-8770 or visit us online at pooltablecleaner.com. Get the chalk off today.
Simonis is the oldest company on the planet Earth still in billiards. They've been there since 1680 and they are still there producing the finest billiard cloth the world can possibly play on in pool, snooker, and carom. The cloth of champions, it's played on most tournaments around the world. It's the cloth you see in most pool rooms as well. If you make your living off the top of the table, that's the product you sell, you'll put some onus on it, and most of them do.
Carmine Sardo will once again initiate the progress of this match, but 8-4, it's a long way back for Earl Strickland. So buckle in. We're going to head down the home stretch. Rack number 13, 8-4 in favor of Francisco Bustamante. And the cut break gets the one into the side pocket.
And another ball, Jim.
And he's got a shot at the 2.
Yeah, it's not the easiest of shots, but it's very pocketable. The 4-ball position below the 7 may be a slight problem, but he has to come up with a good angle off the 3, providing he pockets the 2, that is. He has to come up with a pretty good angle on the 3 to drop nicely for the 4, which is positioned in a very, very difficult spot on the table behind the 7. But first, and most importantly, he has to pocket the 2.
This is the big shot right here.
Now he wants to get more straight on the 4 than an angle because of the position of the 6. He would like to reposition the cue ball around right here, or on this line right here for the 6, for the 4 that is, and draw it straight back. Very difficult shot to execute.
He has no choice. If he leaves himself below the 7 as we look, he'll have to try and spin the cue ball off 3 cushions, and then the 8 and 9 could take the path of that cue ball away. So Billy's got no choice. He has to lay that cue ball on the cushion.
Now he can draw it back, but if he draws it back like this, he may not have the skills to position it straight in, which he's done. Now that was a great shot.
Yeah. Couldn't have played it any better. Being right-handed, he can lean right over the side of this table. He's going to be able to draw this right back for the 6.
He's going to play the 6 in the in the corner he's standing over now. Well, that was creative. What did he do there? Did he play rail first or something? I don't know. I like to go back and take another look at that one.
But that, an ominous sign for Earl Strickland that Bustamante is starting to loosen up.
Oh,
you think he smells blood in this one?
He certainly does. He's positioned the cue ball perfectly for the 7 to drop nicely for the 8. That shot on the 4, I like to take another look at it.
And look at Earl Strickland again in his chair. A real look of resignation from him. I mean, it was one thing, the talk that Janet Schimmel gave to him. It's another for him to get a chance.
Exactly. You can't win when you're in the chair.
9 down, 9-4 here from the Q-Tech Q Arena. Francisco Bustamante staying on course for his first U.S. Open crown.
Bustamante 9, Strickland 4.
It doesn't appear that he's going to be denied here, Jim.
Well, let's have a look at that draw shot from Bustamante. This is the one you talked about. He did. He played cushion first. Watch this shot.
I don't know.
Very close.
Did
he just catch the cushion first? But what a great shot to avoid drawing back and avoid hitting that 7.
Well, he hit it with a hard stroke, and he forced the cue ball forward before coming back, assuring himself to go around the 7.
Here we go. Bustamante once again with the break. But this time, no friends at the table.
And Earl hates this. He's probably saying to himself, the last time he broke the balls, he pocketed 2 balls in a break. He came up with a shot on the 1.
See, there you go. I mean, this is Strickland. Oh, the 9. Oh, just about fluked the 9 in the side, but that was Strickland just throwing his cue at the ball. He was completely snookered on that 1, and he just got up and played the shot.
I think, unfortunately, if the 9 going toward that side was his only salvation in this match, had it not gone, which it didn't, I don't think he's going to even come back to the table.
Great shot from Bustamante again. I think he's seen the white flag from Strickland come up.
This is a very difficult rack to run out, by the way. The balls are laying really, tough over the table. The 4 to the 5 is tough. The 6 to the 7 may not be easy. So therefore, he has a lot of work from the 4 to the 5, the 6 to the 7. So he's got to play pretty well to do this.
Billy, you have to feel bad for Strickland. I mean, he's obviously he's got the heart of a champion. He's a future Hall of Famer. That's a guarantee. I mean, he should be in the Hall of Fame already with what he's done in the world of pool.
Yeah.
He's got really few equals, but I just hate to see him throw it in like this. I hate to see him mail in his shots.
Watch out. He's going to have to get back, and he's done that. Boy, he's really controlling the ball nicely.
Yeah, that one, very risky the way Francisco played that, but he's got the perfect angle to drop onto the 6, and he's having a look at the 7.
Well, obviously, he has a real good feel of the cue ball.
I mean, what's your feeling about Earl? I mean, when he gets down and he starts just, flinging his cue at shots, I mean, as a competitor, as a former player, that just can't do your heart any good.
Well, it's certainly a contradiction to the way a champion should think and play. I really don't have an answer for that question. I don't know if I ever will. Earl is Earl. He's a very unique person. And that's just the way it is.
This is the big shot in this rack. Got to get past that side point, top left corner intended.
Yes, there's no denying Bustamante here. You can see that how effortlessly he's making things look out there. He's going through each rack perfectly, just about. He's so confident right now. And I think we're going to see in the finals a rematch of that match between Paguline and Bustamante. And that's going to be a toss of a coin.
I had a funny feeling you were right as Francisco slots in the 9 to go 10-4 and get to the hill.
Are you looking for the ultimate one-stop shop for pool and billiard supplies? Then you need to visit billiardclub.net today for everything and anything you need for your home entertainment center. Our huge online store features pool cues, balls, racks, cue cases, pool table lights, training aids, and every accessory you could possibly imagine. We've got the best prices and the highest quality products you'll find anywhere. Log on today to billiardclub.net or call toll-free 866-774-8770. billiardclub.net.
Strickland's hoping it's not 10-4 over and out.
Strickland 4. Race to 11.
Francisco with the break in rack 15.
Now, you mentioned earlier, Jim, that
the AccuStats, Billy, 952, sorry. Bustamante a decided advantage in every facet of this match.
you mentioned earlier about Bustamante never winning a major event, a World Tournament or a U.S. Open. You know, I've noticed that as well, but the way he looks out there today or through this tournament, he seems like a different person. He seems like a man on a mission, and I think that he's got a legitimate chance, a real good chance of taking this tournament off.
Well, he gets Earl back to the table at least for one more visit. But he's just throwing his cue at these.
No, he's drawing it back when he shouldn't have.
Good shot. The 6 is a problem ball. The green 6. Yeah, he's mailing it in, and it's sad. I mean, you never know what you get with Strickland. I mean, he is sheer brilliance when he wants to play. But it's just not his day. It's not his time right now. Possible bank with cover.
Exactly.
And the 6 now becomes the problem that Bustamante has to get over the finish line. And Janet Schimmel, has to be a little disappointed in the effort Earl Strickland has put out, but she's got to be very proud of what he's done here. 7 matches in a row after losing to Suke. I mean, he has packed the arena every match he's played. 6-7 combination. And this one's over.
And we're seeing one of the reasons why Bustamante is the most feared 9-ball player in the world today, Jim.
And just off the side cushion. And this is the Francisco Bustamante that many have expected and come to see. And Earl takes off the glove. He's going to be offering his hand, and congratulations to Bustamante. The 2002 World Championship final reversed here. Bustamante, an 11-4 winner over the great Earl Strickland. He will play the loser of the Pagulayan-Parica match, but Bustamante still on course for his first major title.
The U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship is a production of Billiard Club Network. For more, log on to billiardclub.net.